What's up, everybody? I'm Mariah Forge, and welcome to this episode of Kingdom Rivals. In today's episode, we're going to be making a birthday present for a special friend who had recently had a birthday. So we're going to head over to their base and go on and get started. Now, I should have everything that I need in my inventory and in my shulker boxes that I have prepared. If you know where this is going, put it in the comments. So we'll go on and head over, and we're going to make basically a big birthday present over at their base. So let's head on over. They actually live a little ways away because they are kind of on the opposite corner of the map from where I am. So if you can kind of see rendering in a little bit over to the right there, that's actually where spawn is, and you can kind of catch a glimpse of some of our interesting builds that we have over there. We'll kind of introduce that in another episode or in a live stream. But right now we're just going to head on over to the base, and I think we may actually set this up out here, possibly, and give them their present there. So one of the things that we have on the server is basically a set of rules that everyone kind of follows just to make sure that we all have fun. Okay, let's do this. Let's set it up here. And we just have a good time. So I don't want to actually set this up at his base because I don't want anything to get messed up. It's just a fun joke. For my birthday, I got sabotaged with a bunch of Curse of Binding stuff, so I think we're going to bypass the consequences of Curse of Binding and just cut right to the end of it. So if you saw the TNT in my inventory, then you probably know where this is going. And I actually am basically going to build this in the same way that he built it for me, which was an item dispenser, or an armor equipping station, if you will. And so I kind of knew what was going to happen when it happened to me. I'm pretty sure he kind of knows what's going to happen to him, and I definitely may need to get some more sandstone. So you can actually kind of see glimpses of his base in the background. I don't want to show too much, because I definitely don't want to spoil anything that he's going to do, so that's also another reason why we're kind of building this out here on an island. I don't think he has a video up yet as of the time that I'm recording this, so definitely don't want to steal the thunder. So if you catch glimpses of anything, hopefully they pique your interest. Yeah, I definitely don't have enough sandstone, so we're going to go ahead and go and grab some more. If they pique your interest, which I feel like they should, because they're not necessarily typical things that you see in Minecraft, then head on over to his video. I believe his channel is just going to be named Cybersword HD, so you should be able to look him up. I need to grab some more rockets because I'm running out, but once he gets a video, head on over to his channel because I'm sure he'll show you his base, and it's really awesome. He's been doing a ton of work over there. A lot of redstone things and automation is going on over at his base. So if you're interested in seeing that, kind of how it integrates with the storyline of his kingdom, then head on over and check it out once it gets up there. Once the video is posted over on his channel, I'll probably link it in the comments since we're kind of focusing on his base in this episode. I know he was working on one, but some stuff got corrupted, so I think he had to kind of redo a lot of the stuff. So head on over and check him out when the time comes. We're just going to grab some more sandstone, which I don't have a lot of, but I think we're just going to take it all just so that we don't run out again. I'm actually going to launch off from the bridge up here and head on over. So I think what we're going to start with building this is just kind of build the redstone up first so that I know exactly how big I need the birthday box to be, or his birthday present. So we'll start with that probably once I get the island kind of covered up with everything. As we're flying, as you can see, there's a lot of ocean. Our world seed is actually pretty interesting, and it was chosen pretty specifically to give us a lot of variety in not a lot of space. So we actually spawn in on a mushroom island. So that was kind of what we were flying by. If you noticed, it was actually pretty green, so most of it was replaced with grass, just because it looks a little bit nicer than the mycelium. If you watch the Hermitcraft server, then you know grass versus mycelium was a whole thing. So here we're just covering this up. This island was excavated for sand, not just for anything, but specifically for the projects that Cybersword was working on at his base, all the little islands that were around him. You might have caught a glimpse. There's a few more. A lot of them are devoid of sand. So we're just going to cover this up here so that we can kind of get a nice level surface. I don't want to build it down in this pit because I don't want to mess up too much of the sides and just flood everything with water. I imagine there'll probably be a little bit of water damage, but it'll be a bit easier to deal with than just the whole island disappearing. So after we throw this down, then we can get our redstone in, and it looks like I'm gonna need to sleep in just a sec here. So go ahead and throw down our mobile equipment. Not the saddle, we want bed. It's always the case, it's always too early. Alrighty, but we can kind of go ahead and get some of our stuff in. So I think I'm gonna put our dispensers on either side here so he can kind of walk in from his base. And it's definitely still not time to sleep. But in the meantime, this mechanism that I'm going to use is super simple. It is probably not the most efficient way. I'm going to have to kind of go under the island just a little bit to step down. So what we're going to need to carve out is actually these 3 on either side so that we can get our stuff down here. And this will kind of give us a check to make sure that everything is lit well enough. So let's get these filled in, and then we'll just kind of pop out of there and just build our way back up. Okay, cool. So once you get down 1 block, basically you're just going to take a piece of redstone dust, and I just used a repeater. I don't actually think you need to use the repeater, but I don't mind. I definitely have the resources to make them, so it's not too big of a deal if it gets lost. And if it's salvaged, then Cybersword can have it for his birthday. But basically we're just gonna wind this redstone dust around here, making sure that it's pointing into the dispenser, because if it's not, then it won't work. And we're gonna test that everything is working with our little pieces of redstone dust. Okay, and we got 4. Perfect. So as you can see with that, basically all of our redstone is done. So for our birthday box, I'm gonna go ahead and convert some of this concrete powder into concrete. So give me a minute to do that, and then I'll be right back. Alrighty, so all of our concrete has been made. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and just kind of start laying out the edges of the box. Kind of want it to be square, but that will take us how many blocks away from the center? So we've got 1, 2, 3 in between to if we just go out 1 block farther. Cool. And then 1, 2, 3. And then we'll have our door on there, so I'm not going to put a block down. Just put those on either side so that we know. But then basically we're just going to be throwing this stuff down. Alrighty, I'd say that that looks pretty good for a birthday present. So let's go ahead and dive in. Okay, and get the last little touches in here. So I want to make the interior look nice. So we're going to make sure that we just kind of continue the color scheme all the way around. I might need to make some more red concrete again. We'll see. But I brought all the stuff with me to make more of the things just in case. So I'm going to bring this down. And I think we'll go ahead and fill in this gap here. Just so that it looks a little nicer. Now the last thing that's going to be placed in here is the TNT, because this is actually going to be a one-way sort of situation. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and make a little bit more red concrete and go ahead and get that converted. And that should be enough to finish us off. If not, then I can run back and grab some more concrete. But yeah, I'll be back in just a sec. Alrighty, now we've got our red concrete, so let's go ahead and, excuse me, shulker box, and head inside and finish this off. So let's go ahead and bring that down. Oops. Oh. That is really frustrating. I think we're actually going to take it from back here because we don't see that on the other side. That is not satisfying. Now that guy's trying to get stuck. Alrighty. Alrighty, so let's head back out to the front. We can pick up that piece and get that in there. And it's definitely dark. So I think we're just going to throw a couple torches down and we should be fine for all that. So let's go ahead and get that popped in there. So this is going to be our one-way entrance. But let me turn this floor to red concrete. Actually come back. Grab all of this. This is what happens when you change your plans partway through, because you realize that you have redstone that you don't really want to cover up. Cool, so now we have more than enough. To make it look like we're actually inside the box, and then grab that one as well. Perfect. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw a sign on here that says Alright. Happy birthday? No, we don't want the question mark. Alright. So we've thrown that on there. And I'm gonna throw up just important. Impotent. Important. Alrighty. Let's kind of throw down just a couple of those guys to grab the attention. Sure. Devoid of belongings. Belongings. I was like, I know that looks wrong. It might still be wrong. It's hard to say. Alrighty. Let me see now. Oops, that's not what I wanted to look into. Alrighty. Do I have any other colors of dye on me? I don't think I do. No. That's fine. We'll make it red like the rest of the box. And alrighty, so this is what we're going to fill with all of his presents and where he can put his stuff in. We'll put a sign. And we'll throw like a little arrow down there. Hey, we'll leave that out. Okay. Cool. So I'll actually put all of his birthday stuff in there, which I'm not going to show what the birthday stuff is. If he chooses to record this for his video, then you can see what I throw in there for all of his birthday stuff. But in the meantime, I'm going to just confirm that everything works again before I actually put the explosives in there. Cool. So at this point, we're going to put all of TNT in there, and we're not going to go in there anymore. But now we have this, and so that'll let him in. Alrighty. So at this point, that is basically everything that you guys are going to get to see. Any reaction or interaction with it, you're gonna have to go and check out on his channel. So for that, thank you guys for watching. If you like the video, don't forget to leave a like down below. If you have any questions or just want to say hi, don't forget to leave that in the comments. And if you haven't subscribed, don't forget to subscribe. And we'll see you guys in the next video.